Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today you see that I have you guys set up just a little bit differently, but it's because I really need for you to see what I have going on in these two pans. So what we are doing today is kind of a little tribute to Blind Guy, his wife, their life. They love to have us add a little bit more plants into our daily diet. So that's what we are doing today. I am going to show you two different sauces that you can make. You can either use them for pasta or you can use them in any way that you so choose. I will be using them for pasta. And these recipes will be completely veggie based. So our first one we're going to start with is going to be, we're going to use this Pampered Chef skillet, and what we are going to do in here is going to be a cream based sauce. So right now at the back portion of our stove, I have some pasta noodles going so that when we are ready, they will be nice and hot and ready to go into our sauce. So over here, I have our pan and it's warm. So what we are going to make our cream sauce out of, well, both sauces are going to consist of almost all the same ingredients. And this is showing you how you can use up the ingredients out of your garden just with a few extra items and make an amazing brunch meal. So here we have some fresh sage that I picked out of my garden today. Then we have some garlic cloves. So garlic is going to go in both of the recipes. So we'll have 2 garlic cloves that'll go in the cream sauce recipe and 2 garlic cloves that will go into the butter-based recipe. So this one is actually going to be a butter sage sauce. So actually, the cream sauce is going to have 3 of the garlic cloves because these are smaller and this one is quite large. And the base for our cream sauce is rice milk. So you can get this from any of your local stores. And I like to use rice milk because it's odorless and flavorless. And so to the rice milk, what we are going to add, this is a plant-based butter. I'm going to get the package and show you in just a minute. So what I put in was a cup of, they call it Rice Dream. And this is the plant-based butter that we're using today. I'll make sure I link everything in the description box. So when I was overseas, before I tell you that story, what I'm going to do is, so we have our 1 cup of rice milk or Rice Dream. We have our tablespoon of the plant-based butter. Now we're going to put about a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon pepper. Because again, like I told you, the rice milk is odorless and flavorless. So we are going to use our handy dandy garlic press here. Guys, I'll link this in the description box. You can get this from Pampered Chef. I've used it on a few of the other videos before, but what I like about it is you don't even have to peel your garlic. You can just place your garlic inside, put a little strength behind it, and you're going to press. And you get your pressed garlic. I just waste some of my rice milk. I have to get a little bit more. And so I'm pressing it one more time just to make sure I get all of it out. But that's the plus about it, guys. You do not have to worry about peeling the garlic. You can take it straight from the bulb. I'm making a mess. You can take it straight from the bulb. Squeeze it in your garlic press, and that's that. Okay, so we're going to stir this up. And again, we have 1 cup of the Rice Dream. We have a tablespoon of the plant-based butter, a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 large garlic clove. So while that is heating through, what I have here is called arrowroot flour. So I have a tablespoon of arrowroot flour. And we're going to add a tablespoon of our Rice Dream. I got to get some more from the fridge. And so with this Rice Dream, guys, of course, I'm going to show you pictures of everything before the video is over. Because I know right now I kind of got you over the stove so you can't see. So while this is heating through, the arrowroot is going to be our thickening agent to make our cream sauce thicken up. And what you need to do to ensure that it doesn't break down is you want to add this at the end. So make sure that your items that are in your pan, that they warm through, and then you will add your mixture of the arrowroot and the Rice Dream as your thickener. So while we're waiting on this to heat through, what we are going to start on this side is our sage butter sauce. But in this sage butter sauce, what we are doing is we are not going to add any milk-based products. So again, we are starting with the plant-based butter. And we have 2 tablespoons of the plant-based butter. I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. And we're going to let that heat through. And while that is heating through, make sure we keep our pasta that's back here stirred so nothing sticks. And guys, when it came to the pasta, I just have salted water and a little oil in there. So while our cream sauce is heating, these are some mushrooms that I dehydrated. The last time I came to you letting you know about some savings, I bought mushrooms. They had them on sale for 99 cents per package. So I bought a couple of packages and I dehydrated them. And so I'm just going to place some mushrooms into our cream sauce. For those of you who may need a different texture, the mushrooms will give you a little bit of a different texture. I like mushrooms. I like the meaty quality of them. And so we have our butter and we have our plant-based butter and our olive oil. So we're going to take our sage. Everything has been washed up and cleaned up. Anything that doesn't look too pretty, I'm not going to put in. And we picked these off the plant this morning. So guys, when we are bringing you these plant-based meals, we are not asking that you give up meat, because I love meat. So I'm not I'm not giving up meat, but what I am doing is adding a little bit more meat, a little bit more vegetables to my diet. And with these two sauces, it's a good way to be able to achieve that. So now I believe that our sage is ready, guys. It is now fragrancing our entire kitchen. So what we're going to do is those 3 garlic cloves that we still had. And as you guys can see, this is what happens to the skin. It stays behind. So all you have to do is pull it out. And it comes out completely. So I'm going to put our garlic cloves in here one at a time. Getting that skin out. And at this point in your recipe, you want to make sure that your sage butter sauce is not on a high temp. And the reason being is because you do not want anything to burn. We don't mind the items getting cooked, but we don't want anything to burn. So this is our last garlic clove being squeezed. And it doesn't take much pressure, guys. The only time I have to apply pressure is if I am squeezing ginger. So if I am pressing ginger through here, then I have to apply a little bit of pressure for that. So we have this going. Now we're at a point with our cream sauce that we can add our arrowroot. And as you can see, it's starting to thicken everything up. And it looks just like your traditional cream sauce. And so what we are going to do now is add our Follow Your Heart Parmesan cheese. And you can add as little or as much of this as you choose. Look how easy that was, guys. Making 2 different plant-based sauces out of similar ingredients. Y'all, I'm making such a mess today. But that's how you guys know that we are cooking for real. Let me get something to clean that up. But in that short amount of time, we have a Parmesan cream sauce, and then we have a sage butter sauce. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to add our noodles. And your dish will be complete. Now here we have the beautiful flavors of the sage, the garlic, the olive oil, and the plant-based butter. In here, we have the amazing flavors of the plant-based Parmesan cheese. We have the garlic, salt, pepper, and as you can see how wonderful our mushrooms have rehydrated. And we are now going to add our pasta to this one. And guys, when you are adding arrowroot as a thickener, if you're replacing the cornstarch and you're adding arrowroot as a thickener, just remember, like I told you earlier, to make sure you add it at the end, because you do not want it to break down. Now look at that. Over here, I smell the creamy cheese. Over here, I smell the garlic and the sage. Everything is amazing. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so that you can see what we have going on. So here's our pasta with that sage butter sauce. Here is our pasta with the creamy Parmesan sauce. And when you look at the both of them, to look at them, you would never realize that they are completely plant-based. So this lets you guys know that plant-based is not hard to do, and it's not meaning that you have to take away everything from your diets. So here are the ingredients that I used today. I wanted you to see. Here's the olive oil. Here is the butter that I used. Here's the Follow Your Heart Parmesan cheese. Here's the arrowroot. These are the mushrooms that I dehydrated. And here is the rice dream. We call it rice milk, but in actuality, it's not milk at all, of course. It is a lactose-free item that is made from rice. But here you guys are. Thank you so much for taking this plant-based journey with me today. I appreciate all of you. Remember to get up, get out, and grow something, and have faith in your food.